Works and Safety for the City of Huntington on January 5th, 2026. We will call the business meeting to order at this time, beginning with a roll call. Christie?
Mayor Strick,
Present?
Daniel Albertson,
Present.
Megan Bonbrake,
Present.
Anthony Lesnickia,
Present.
Luke Runyon.
Present.
Thank you. And having established a quorum for the conducting of city business, we will move along to consideration of the minutes of the previous meeting. Is there a motion to bring the December 15th minutes of the regular meeting to the floor for consideration and adoption?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion and consideration of the December 15th minutes? Not seeing or hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of adoption as submitted. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And next item under minutes is also the adoption of the minutes from today's executive session of January 5th, 2026. Is there a motion to bring those to the floor for submission and approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion of the minutes from the executive session today? We call the question in favor of approval of the minutes as submitted. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Not having any old business for today, we'll move along to consideration of new business. We do have a recommendation on a new officer hiring, so I invite Police Chief Boxell to come forward at this time. Is there a motion to bring this to the floor for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Chief Boxell.
Good afternoon. As we had previously discussed, we're looking to fill the 37th officer at the Huntington Police Department, and it would be my recommendation that you hire of Ignatius first. Fill that vacancy.
I move for approval of the recommendation.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion, consideration of the recommendation? Not hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of the recommendation to hire the officer in question. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. Next item on the agenda is consideration and authorization for the 2026 Trex contract. This is debt collection service through state tax returns. Is there a motion to bring that to the floor for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Mr. Hartberg, if you could provide the background on this.
Yes. Thank you. As a debt collector, which I did for a long time, I always said that there are two rules to debt collection. The first is you don't do anything that's going to result in you owing the debtor money. And the second thing is to try and get someone else to pay it for the debtor. And that's what we have with Trex. Trex is a program that was created by the state of Indiana. It allows municipalities that have judgments against individuals to submit those court judgments to the state. The state then examines the income tax records and provides you with information if those debtors are due a return. And in the cases where the debtors are due a return, then there's a process by which the municipality can apply and be paid instead. It's very effective. Most of the municipalities that we represent have signed up. The city, just because of its size relative to the other communities, does pretty well annually, several $1,000s annually it nets from this. Happy to answer any questions.
Any further questions or discussion on the program? This is the years that we've been participating in this now.
It's at least 6.
Okay, not hearing any further discussion, then we'll call the question in favor of the motion to authorize the Trex 2026 contract. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the 2026 union agreement. Is there a motion to bring that to the floor for consideration and authorization?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Director Carroll.
Good afternoon. Today, I'm presenting an amended Article 27 wages and classifications of the collective bargaining agreement between the city and members of the Teamsters Local 414. The amendment reflects a 3% pay rate increase as approved by City Common Council during its October 14th, 2025 meeting. The salary adjustment will be effective beginning the first pay period in January 2026. Additionally, there is a one-time lump sum payment for the city utilities distribution collection employees who voluntarily pursue and successfully obtain the distribution system large certification, as well as employees in the city services department who hold a tank vehicle endorsement are eligible to receive a 50-cent per hour incentive pay applicable only while assigned to operate a vehicle requiring the tank vehicle endorsement. So I would like to make a recommendation the board approve the agreement between the city and the Teamsters Local 414. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions by board members? And apologies, Director Carroll, I think you already covered this, but the union has already voted on this? Or
Yes,
is
so
pending?
the union has ratified the contract, and Christie has the paperwork that they've already signed. So we just need approval and signature as well.
Okay. Further questions by board members? All right, we'll call the question in favor of authorization of the 2026 union agreement on behalf of the city of Huntington. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. And then moving along under orders of enforcement today, we do have a status hearing for 1327 East Market Street. Is there a motion to bring that to the floor for consideration and discussion?
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Commissioner Paul.
Good afternoon. That,
Discussion and consideration by board members.
I think we should extend the deadline 30 days.
Is that a motion?
Motion to extend the deadline 30 days.
Okay, so a motion to amend the order of enforcement and provide an extension of 30 days before seeking demolition bids?
Yeah.
Is there a second? Not hearing a second. Motion dies for lack of a second. So we do have consideration and discussion around the proposal, and just so we're clear on timeline two, the If the order is affirmed, those bids would be received and reviewed at the next meeting, but not accepted until the following meeting. So there is still time for the owner to follow through and make contact on things. You could award the bid at that meeting.
I have a question.
Go ahead,
Um,
I do too.
How was Mr. Heiner notified? Because this all started under old owners, right?
I was going to say, we do record the orders of enforcement, so it's right in the chain of title.
I was the one that spoke when he and Rebecca, would that be right, called in, or Tammy, one of them, one of the women that is in the was prior owner, and I instructed them both that they started outlining, we need more time, the grand plans for what they intended to, basically fix it up and live there, and I said that only the board, not Shad, would be able to grant them any reprieve from the pending demolition, and that they would need to appear at that next Board of Works meeting, which would be this meeting, to present those plans and seek additional timelines and things like that. And so verbally, they were all on the same page that there was pending an order of enforcement and that demolition was kind of the next step based on that conversation.
So I have a question, and you'll have to let me know if this is beyond the scope. Since it has been marked uninhabitable at this point, is the house, since we're considering demolition, is it beyond fixable? Is that something we can ask? Like, is it to the point where it can be fixed with
think
the
that-
violations?
Years ago, when I had attend Board of Works meetings and a board member would ask the then building commissioner, Denny Mick, his response always was, unlimited time and resources can fix anything.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
really get you anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the issue at hand. If the property owners wanted to make the investment to fix their property, they could.
Sure.
The fire damage was
And that was
spring
my
of
concern.
2023, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I think the biggest thing would be, again, this is the board's opportunity to affirm and uphold this. That provides notice to the new owner. They are indeed serious about this, and then provides him time to make contact with the office. Board does not have to proceed on demolition bids as a matter of default. It takes further board action at the next meeting for that to occur.
Yeah.
So, but this keeps the timeline moving forward if the current order is upheld and affirmed. As far as whether or not the board would want to assess fees or fines for willful failure to comply, that could be consideration at the next meeting, or at this, be done pending that. So, but regardless, at this point, you're looking at a project that's been 2 years on the docket for them to do something with proper repairs to the property.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to affirm the order of enforcement as written with the deadline date of December 28th and authorize Shad to seek demolition proposals that can be opened on January 20th.
I second that.
A motion and second, further discussion and consideration of the motion to affirm the order. Seeing or hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of affirming the order of enforcement. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries and the order of enforcement is affirmed. Not aware of any miscellaneous items for the good of the order then. Move along to accounts payable. Is there a motion to authorize payment of the bills incurred by the city of Huntington?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion and consideration? Not hearing it at this time, we'll call the question in favor of authorizing payment of the bills incurred by the city of Huntington. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And as we look to adjourn here, I want to thank Mr. Luke Runyon for serving on the board these past few weeks while he was home before returning to school at Purdue Fort Wayne. So Luke, thanks again for your service, and we wish you the best in this upcoming semester.
Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned.